Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I just got back from seeing Storks, and let me tell you, it is absolutely hilarious. When has delivering babies ever been so fun? Let's get to the story. You know the legend about storks delivering babies to couples? Well, that legend is put into place in this movie as, in this universe, storks have gone on from delivering babies to delivering packages via an Amazon-style online service called Corner Store. And one stork, named Junior, played by Andy Samberg, is about to be the top guy, the boss of Corner Store, succeeding Kelsey Grammer as Hunter. The only thing he has to do, he has to fire the only human employee of Corner Store, named Tulip, played by Katie Crown. Unfortunately, before he's able to do that, Tulip happens to restart a baby-making machine, therefore making a baby for the first time in many years. So Junior and Tulip have to deliver the baby to her family while avoiding Hunter and avoiding another character named Pigeon Troy. And all the while we see a family consisting of a little boy, a woman, and a dad, where the little boy wants to spend more time with his parents while also desiring a baby brother. So yeah, the plot is absolutely nuts, and I actually really love it for that. The plot is really only there as a means to an end for the insane cartoon madness that consists of most of Storks' content. And much like Hotel Transylvania, that cartoon madness is just in spades here. The animation and the pace of the story is incredibly fast, in a similar fashion to Warner Brothers Animation Studios' other film, The Lego Movie. Except instead of Legos, we have crisp, high-quality, cartoony Looney Tunes style animation here. Yeah, but the animation is sort of generic when it comes to the environments, like just generic caves, generic cities, and moderately interesting location in Stork Mountain. But the speed of the animation is what makes it really fun to look at. It's just always on. It's just always moving. There's never a dull moment to be found, whether it's in the character expressions, the movements, the fact that the characters do a whole bunch of implausible things that can only exist in a Looney Tunes cartoon. It keeps you entertained throughout, but it doesn't go overboard with it. The animation does know when to slow down for the emotional moments. But that's when I think fast-paced animation when it works well. When the fast-paced animation is at its fastest for comedic purposes, but it slows down for the emotional moments. The characters themselves are a bit generic. For example, Junior is just sort of the typical arrogant protagonist who wants to be the boss of the company he's working for. Tulip's the fish-out-of-water girl that we've seen a bunch of times. And the baby character they have to transport is a cute baby. You know, look at it, it's cute. You're going to say, aw, every time it's on screen. But some of the side characters are pretty fun. Like, there's these two really funny wolves, played by Key and Peele, who do so many out-of-nowhere things, like take a liking to the baby instead of eating it, that they become incredibly hilarious. But then again, what do you expect when they're played by Key and Peele? And there's even a stork played by Danny Trejo, who happens to be a pretty interesting character when he's revealed as which side he's on. But probably my favorite character out of the whole movie is Kelsey Grammer as Hunter. First of all, Kelsey Grammer's voice is awesome. I would do anything for that voice. Secondly, his character is so power-hungry, so greedy, and so abusive that he's actually pretty darn funny. Almost like a Looney Tunes-style villain. The only character I didn't like was Pigeon Troy, mainly because not because of his role in the story, but more his voice. I don't know who gave him his voice, but he has this typical college dude bro voice that I didn't really find funny in the slightest. Well, one thing that this movie does do right, other than the animation and the story and the characters, is also the music. I found the soundtrack to be pretty eclectic, pretty energized, and pretty well handled. One of the story's only faults, in my opinion, is the parts that have to deal with the Gardner family, the family that I talked about at the beginning. I understand you'd have to have some scenes revolving around them because they're the family that's going to get the baby at the end. But their subplot is a bit more generic and, to be honest, not very interesting in comparison to Tulip and Junior's journey to deliver the baby. So, those are the parts of the movie where I sort of zoned out. but Tulip and Junior's journey is when I really got into it. Whether it's dealing with wolves that can transform into a submarine or a car, which makes you think they're wolf transformers, or having the most silent fight scene with a bunch of penguins that you've seen from the trailers. It makes me want to scream into a pillow. Enjoy. So, by the way, before the film happens, there's a funny little Lego Ninjago short film that has a bunch of fourth wall jokes and humorous moments. So make sure to get to the film early so you can see that short. I don't know if they're setting up a Lego Ninjago movie, but given how funny the short is, I hope it happens. So yeah, you should definitely see Storks if you're a child. The children will eat this up, they'll love it forever, but if you're a parent with a bunch of kids, you'll get a lot of kicks out of it. Most of the audience members certainly got a kick out of it. So Storks, despite its weird setup and its audience alienating premise, is a very fun movie for the whole family. I give Storks a 7.5 out of 10. See you next time.